today a big knife, and it's gonna be Mr. Blade HT-2, as it says on the blade. And the reason I finally got around to reviewing this knife was actually my friend Patty's Potato Peelers, another YouTuber, very fine channel. I'll put a link in the description. We had a little discussion about me liking bigger knives and him liking smaller knives, and as I said then, well, perhaps I'm trying to compensate for something, because this is a very big knife. Let's start with some comparing. We have the Renmo 7010, the Real Steel Sea Eagle, and a Kershaw injection. It's the 3.0 version, so it's a small version. It could actually more or less be in the handle of that big one there. We'll put those away. And what do we have here? If we start at the tip, a very broad blade, a hollow grind. As we can see, there's a sort of a ramp on top. If you have the size hands for it, you can use it for sort of choking up, and a bit of a ramp for your thumb. And as we can see, sort of a harpoon shape and bead blasting. We have this sort of funny Mr. Blade logo, a bit ridiculous, but it's there and it's okay. They can do what they want. It's a D2 blade, D2 steel, and it even says on the knife as well. And as we can see, thumb studs and flipper as well. The grind, the edge, it's not super sharp, but it is, you can easily cut yourself, that's not the problem, but it has a working edge, I would call it. I think this is definitely a knife to take to the forest. It's a knife to beat up, and it has the edge to match that. It's not a fine edge, but it's an edge you can use for a time, and you can easily maintain. If you go to the handle, G10, and as you can see, even I don't know if I have a large hand, but even in my hand it sticks out quite a bit, so you can easily even hold it a bit further down if you want to do that. If we turn it over, we have a clip with the Mr. Blade type on it. Not extremely deep carry, and of course, as you can see, the handle and the whole knife is quite beefy. It's a broad knife. I would think about 1.5 to 2 centimeters, but I'll put all those data in the end of this video, and then you can read it. It's, I guess, a bit boring to put in the middle, so I'll just put it at the end and you can read it if you want. Fit and finish, very nicely rounded off. Everything fits perfectly together. And although I showed you about the data, I would mention that this knife is it's not the cheapest, but we are talking about around 65 to 80 euro. I think it's about the same in amount in dollars for my American friends, but you'll have to go and look for yourself. It's a bit difficult to get all those prices, and they vary even in Europe where I am. As I said, fit and finish quite perfect. Everything is nicely rounded off, and you can see it's very beefy, very it is sort of a liner, but it's a very thick liner, more like a frame, but still it's a liner. It's got scales on top of the liner. Lock up around what I like to see, around 50%, and plate centering nearly perfect. I would say it's quite nicely centered. Ergonomically, well, it sits quite well in my hand anyway, but as you can see at the back of my hand, I have a lot of excess there. And as I think, did I mention that my hand is around size 9? But still a lot of excess. This is a knife for a big hand. The action for this kind of big knife, even with the gravity working against it, it has quite a smooth action. This is on ball bearings. And actually I never had it apart for lubricating or anything, but it flips quite nicely, and it actually falls shut by itself, as you can see. Smooth and nice. Overall, I'm very impressed with this knife. It is one I would quite happily carry in the forest and use for heavy work, even some batoning or whatever. I don't think folder knives are very suited for that, but you can do it. And overall I am extremely impressed with this knife, especially at the price range. I really like it. It is of course a bit heavy. You might want some suspenders for your trousers, but I have carried it, and it doesn't fill up your pocket as much as you might expect. But for Paddy, my friend, Irish friend, well, perhaps a bit big for you, but well, we all have different tastes, and yours is as good as mine. As I said, at the end of this video, I'll put some data, some weight, and some lengths, and so on. I'll try to make it both European millimeters, centimeters, and imperial measurements. Well, that's it for now. I just have to tell you once again, I really like this one. But it's not for your EDC when you go to town. Not in this country anyway. Well, enough of that. I'd like to wish you a nice day, evening, whatever it is in your country. Bye bye.